I had to fix the timer. We don't need to wait no minute something, do we? Do this instead. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's get to it, shall we? We've got a couple more houses we added in. Like, this is gonna take some time. There's no doubt about this. Like, building out this town, I want it to be detailed. And we did build that house interior yesterday, yeah. Just gonna take time though. That's okay. Steer towns. We're on the wrong layer already. So let's have it. Maybe in like there. This block. And let's grab which corners will this be? So it'll be this one and this one. A little path over to that house now. And the house needs its own area. It is overworld. We've got this one. More grass, right? Go. Get further into my song playlist. Oops, wrong button. Just pausing it. Oh, let's just skip somewhere. 5 hours of music. You guys listen to the same ones though. Okay. Maybe a road needs to just bend, right? That would be cool. Just bend this road back around. Let's do that. Just for some variety or whatever. It's like this. Then actually, let's the other day we created a rule tile for this, didn't we? Ah, wrong one. Really should do a rule tile for that too, but oh well. So that gives us enough room here if we just bend the road north. Right. Then 3. I guess. Oh, that's not the right shape. It'd be this one. That goes in the corner. So that kind of defines the width of the town, I guess, right? A little bit. Maybe we can put a house over there. Or something. Hey, Phoenix. How are you tonight? Let's say this. This one. Back to work tomorrow. It's off. Oh, that was my Wednesday. I think we need to move the road a little bit more up, because otherwise it's going to seem weird that this road doesn't connect into it. And maybe we will connect it. I don't know. I'm also not sure about this road being like this, because that connection in here is just so funny. There's no good transition between the two road types. Could make one, maybe. First, let's round this out. Wanting to switch to the other screen. I wonder, can I have multiple tile maps? Tile palettes? No. Bummer. Oh. Keep one on one and another on another is what I was thinking. Let's take it up to there. And then carry it across. That. And we'll need to stick in some randomness to it, right? Just so it's not so plain. There we go. Hopefully, Phoenix, you like your job that you have to go back to. Thank you. It's got a long ways to go. Because all I'm doing is drawing the tiles right now, right? And just placing them down. We still gotta code a lot of stuff. I think this should go up. Yeah, let's extend this up. Maybe even past. See if we've got extra objects. Got a sign like this. Maybe we put this type of sign in so that it's like leaving town or welcome to whatever town kind of thing. Like a sign like that for the town, you know? Yeah, let's do that. That should help ground the user where they are in the world if they need to come back or whatever. We need the road one again. Only work experience. But if I have my way, I'm not letting people.
With you, there are no stop signs. Counting down till we take flight. It's how you
So you're
make
doing
me
it for job
feel.
experience, you're saying?
Yeah,
All wrong with that.
calling sick and be lazy. I'm all for doing what's crazy. Cause you make it real, yeah. You'll find a different side of me. The one I'd like to be. A different side of me, yeah, yeah. You'll find a
If you're relatively new in your career, then certainly don't be afraid of job experience doing lots of different things. You never know what thing it is that you're gonna get either stuck doing or wanting to do down the road. So I was an independent contractor for a while. I was in a small... Gotcha. Yeah, you're exactly right. So I started off as a contractor very, very briefly with one company. And just learning the ropes. Still in college or something. Okay, yep. So I started... My very first IT job was fresh out of high school. And ended up staying for 7 years, went through college. So, turned out good. And later I left and became a consultant. Traveled for a little bit. And ended up starting my own business as a consultant. Stayed with the company for about 7 years as a consultant. And then they finally decided, hey, we should hire him. So you're right, you never know when it's going to turn into something else. Just go with it. That doesn't mean you should stick somewhere that's awful either. Right? Horrible place. Self to do it. Oh. So this one actually probably should just end there. Be like the rural area of town. Area of town. Go. This is just like the path out of town, I guess. College in UK is the last year of high school in America. Ah, okay. So you're from the UK. There's that. Let's go back. Full tiles. Switch like that right there. If it's heading out of town, that'll be the path. Like it just transitions right there. And we'll put that sign in that we were talking about. Deco layer. Gonna need to name all these areas eventually. I've got a name for this town in mind, but I don't like it very much, so it's probably gonna change. Do this where the road ends. Probably. It almost feels like it needs to be a little bit more curved at this end. Break it up like people are getting off the beaten path a little bit. Okay, and then we need to do that. The piece would go there. The piece we don't have. The opposite of that, it's just a little bit of dirt, right? There we go. Yeah. Like my mic on? College in the UK is the last year of high school. America? Gotcha. So, I guess it's going to be different altogether, but we have 4 years of high school. So you're saying you have 3, or the equivalent of 3 if you don't start as soon or start later into high school. Do another field or something, right? Like maybe another farm over here? I mean, we can do... Let's do the graveyard right here, come on. Or Stalia? So my name was crappy. It's Cretu. It almost sounds, I don't know, like a Greek name or something. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like this period. It sounds too far back in history. If this is knights and stuff. Not that towns like that don't exist, but. Trying to decide what to start with for this farm. We could do the wheat again, but that's kind of repetitive then, right? Do we extend that farm? Good. That might be a better solution. Make this farm bigger. Let's do that. Okay, so what layer are these on? These are probably collision layers for these fence, right? Yeah. Let's take that off. Just, where's this going? The tree on that? Was. Need deco now. There we go. So there's that. That. 5 years primary school, 5 years high school, 2-3 years college, or education age 5. Darn it. Wrong layer. Why? It's the left. What? There, so we just made it all that color, like a road. That won't line up like that now. Okay. Not if I use the rule tile. A deco. These are together. Skip one, then we go to there. Skip one, then we go to there. One. Trying to make it look like it's planted somewhat in rows. Somehow earlier I was getting a... Yeah, I was. Trees to hide the path prints. Idea. Problem is the trees are, the way I'm setting up, they have like a bounding box on them, so you can't walk through the tree itself. Make them different. I'll put them on that layer, I guess. Oops. These special trees, though. So let's go to the ground layer. And what's that one? If I shift click, it eyedroppers it. Oh, it didn't eyedropper the current layer? That's kind of silly. Fishing trees. Yeah. I do have different types of trees too. I could put it like pine trees there. Some all over. Yeah, that's what it is these. Okay. We're on the ground layer. This helps cells that it's dirt, right, underneath them, instead of grass. You can take and extend that, right? That's the benefit of real tile. That's so quick to do. I should make one for fences too. Hope it's the overworld one. It's gonna go on the decoration layer. This. Have the player pass behind the trees and give it a 3D effect. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go through and redo some of my trees. Like this tree here, if I select the collision layer. Getting really tight here, you can probably start to see a green line right there. That's the collision bounding box for it. And it goes all the way around the whole thing, even the top parts of the trees. Which, in this case, I want, right? I don't want the players to go any further to the left in this world. Like, everything will be to the right and up. But like these trees here, I think I did the same for these. Yeah, I can see the bounding box there. I don't know that I'm going to need that. But my problem is, the way Unity works is there's different layers that things are drawn on. And how do I describe this? The assets I've got for the character, their layers are like start at 50 and go all the way up to like 100 or something silly, right? So they're really high, which means they draw on top of everything. Annoying. So I've got some tricks that I can do, but I'm not fully sure I want to go down that path because of what all it'll mean. It's going to be a lot of redoing things. Redoing the player asset to get his layers much lower numbers. So layer 0 is on the bottom, layer 1 on the top of that, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. There's a pitchfork here. There is. There's this. Let's go another one like at the end of it, I guess. And let's see if we can get the pitchfork on top of it in Top Deco. There we go. I've already got one down here. I don't think there's anything else that really says I'm a farm. Bags, seeds. Gonna need another house here, house over here or something. Put the graveyard here. Let's just commit to doing that. This is gonna be on the collision layer. Like that wide, maybe? Is there a gate for that? Oh. Oh dang, that's a big one. Needs to be a little bigger. Like a couple in there. I don't know. Only fit with those. Have its own individual thing. And we'll put. It's really dark, isn't it? Oh. Let's undo that. Oh, we can put some rocks and things around the world. That'd be cool. Yeah, we need to do that. Thinking we need to modify that grave a little bit. On collision. Oh. Brown. There we go, and we'll just make this really craggedy. Nobody wants to go here. Part of the thought process being there that you can add what am I thinking? Treasure or something in there, maybe. I don't know. Do these rocks. Let's make this one a collision rock. Various places where it would be, just for some variety. Not going too overboard with it. What I'll probably end up doing too is putting a lot of trees around and having the trees form a natural barrier, so it's not a square area that you're in. Right? It's got some variations to it, like that. These will be deco instead of collision. They'll walk through some flowers, right? Flowers. I do this top deco. No. What else? Stockade. This actually fits with the theme of what I'm going for the game. If I put this in. Probably need that. Put it right there by this town center. Oh, benches, awesome. That helps with that area, because that was supposed to be like a park area a little bit. Do this one. Collision layer. That actually does help. Okay, and then that sign that we got there needs to be on a different layer then. We'll end deco now. Oh. Would have to be top deco, because that's above the collision layer. Go. So let's put the sign down here now, actually. Think about it, because they wouldn't put it right by the tree that blocks the view of it, right? Probably gonna end up needing a couple collision layers. Things like this, that way I can make them overlap. Not look so sparsely populated. Right now it's gonna be a pain to walk through there. If you tried, you'd probably do it. Be a hard time to get through. This forms a pretty nice barrier because it's nice and fair. Like this would be the dead forest area, I guess. Okay. And then further into town, we've got these trees. Right, so we got a couple of these spread around down the bottom. We're getting there. It needs to fill in more, but we're getting there. There we go. I really want to start to pack the trees in on this side because I think this was where I was saying that area would be forested at least. There's something wrong there. Told they were too uniform, perfectly placed. Let's continue on then. We're getting too many objects on a layer of them. Starting to lag a little bit when I undid that. Let's see. In the house there. Bonk. Farmer's barn, maybe? Wrong layer. Change the layer, please. Unity. Wink. That add on top deco. Collision. Okay, something's seriously starting to slow down on this, so let's take a look at my task manager. Details. Memory's using a giga memory. That's not bad. No CPU basically though. Throw this over on another screen. See as I place these if it changes, because it might be calculating the collisions or something. It jumped up to 9%. That's nothing though. Okay, there's all that. Get some level of variety, right? What if I do that and that instead? That. I think that fits. The other thing we can do is make some of these a little bit dirty. It really was a missed opportunity. This asset pack, like this one, could have been slightly different from this one, and I don't know. This lamp could have been a different variation from this one, and so on, so that you get more than just one lamp. Let's fence it in to barn. Then this. Farmer can go in there himself. Dang it. Always need to pop. Instead. This one. And decoration. Yup. It doesn't look too bad. This is kind of a barren area. Maybe we'll put a little lake there. Let's do that. Not uncommon for town to be by some type of water, right? Why can't I place it? Oh, well, cool. Oh, no stuff. Water does form a pretty good barrier in games too. Might need to consider it for other things. Is control the picks. I'm using these ones over here because they're animated. Ones over here are not. I need to save this because Unity's just acting funny. Raid's gonna crash on me. In fact, here, let's just go ahead and close this and restart Unity just to be sure. In fact, let's even do a commit in GitHub. More work on town. Started adding lake. Unity's up to 300 megs. Ready? 400 megs. Project's pretty big. Yeah, I cleared up 400 megs of memory, so it's only up to 690 something. Oh, it's time to restart. Let's just this get a rough feel for how big we are. Closest houses, but also we don't want to go too straight either with the shape of this lake. Draw the rough outline up. Something like this, right? Place some of those in. This one. All of this been on Deco? It's the stuff I just started doing. It's the stuff I just started doing. You erase a bigger area all at once. Try this again. I'm on Legend. Don't know why, but I liked it better before. Shape of it. Bit better. Getting good at picking out what it should be. Hey. And that's where it has to be different than what we've got set up. Safely. 1 point. Go. Oh, that could be what's taking so long with these too. These are randomized item, randomized animated. Oh, these aren't random. These are just regular tiles that are animated on a palette brush. Hold it on. Make a very Mirandering? Line there. Gerrymandering. That doesn't look too bad. Just need to add some of this type of stuff now. Don't want to necessarily add them together though. Deeper looking stuff. Some of these every once in a while, more like in here. Couple in the middle. We'll do a little island out here. That didn't I? So it'd be like this. That. Make it even funkier though. It's too many islands though. 1 or 2 is good. They shouldn't be that common. These little ones. That's better. I can see them all at once anyway. Rocks in there, right? Those still look good? Yeah. Put some rocks over. And then the... Oh no! How is that doing that? Oh, flood fill. Definitely don't want to do that. What the heck? Let's save again. getting some character to it finally. I think what I want to do next is go on a long walk in the game. Maximize this on. Let's go back to our main menu. Start the game. We're gonna walk from where the character starts currently over to where our town is. Once the game starts. Wow. What are you doing, Unity? And in order to speed this effort up, it's a long walk. Grab our young hero character. Zoom way the heck out. And just bring him down there. Oh, we didn't end up inside something. Stop walking. Stop it. But can I walk through this building? No. That's what I was talking about before. His sorting order is so high, he looks like he walks on the roof. But I need to make that whole roof a collision thing? Ugh. I want the roof to be on the top of everything else. So like I need like above all or something there. There is this, those are collisions. Oh. We just walked right into the water. Can't walk into those though, so those are not on the right layer. Moved it. Probably test, I guess. Can I get through all this? Yeah, I can. Those are nowhere near close enough to stop a player from walking through. What is my stats? 70 some frames a second. I might be getting too many objects. Which is okay. What that means is we'll chunk the world, right? And separate it into other layers if having too many tiles in a given area lags the game out. So what that means is like when you go up here, instead of just continuing on the world, I'll just trigger a thing that when you step in that area, it loads a new Unity file. Hey, thank you for the follow, Big X. Some of the things I'm thinking I shouldn't be able to walk into, I can, and some of the things I should be able to walk into, I can't. Don't have those working. I do have a cave working where you can walk into a cave. It's down here. I think I'm gonna have to change these bounding boxes to square bounding boxes for optimization purposes instead of sprite, because right now changing this creates this crazy bounding box. That 75 frames a second is with a 1080 Ti. Let's see if it feels laggy when I do a build though. So build and run. Could just be it's running in the editor. Being funky. Now's a good time to say tomorrow is a Friday. I'll be streaming probably much later into the evening doing this stuff than normal. During the weekday, I try and start 4 after 8. And then, oh, that's right, I won't be able to go all the way over there. It feels like it stutters. Apparently. Go on there. Stutters seem to go away in here. Oh, anyway, so I normally try and, stream between 8 and 9, give or take a half hour or so, maybe an hour earlier, just depends what's going on that night. But on weekends, when I get going, I'll go for a while. When I game, it's 2 or 3 in the morning when I really get going. Let's try this. We're still only getting 74 frames a second. I had anticipated getting better frame rate in this stream. Could be because I'm streaming. Where we go? The GPU is basically sitting idle. Not ramping up at all. If that number changes, it doesn't clock down, doesn't start cooling itself off more. Oh, that's right, it cools down below. Okay, so the fan did stop. It was working a little bit. Run it one more time, seeing what 3 batches. Render threads 0.02, so the CPU's bottlenecking it most. But it's not even that much, right? $30 triangles, 60 oh, on this screen. This has just this button. Window. Where's their profiler at? Layer loop. Wait for target FPS. Okay, I know what that means. Pretty sure I know what that means. We go to quality, project settings, quality, and we turn off. Don't. Oop. And there's 900 FPS. That's amazing. Look at 600 in this. Happens to go in this room. 700. Yeah, it was definitely VSync. Do the profiler again, see what it's now waiting on. Analysis, profiler. Yeah, it's that great big orange portion's gone. The way I can pause it. Guess I just have to pause the game. Okay, camera render, 2 instances. 2 instances? We have 2 cameras? No. Did I leave that pixel perfect component on there? No. Okay, just drawing it. Processes. Profiler. Okay. Wait, I even got graph out memory and everything. I haven't looked at this in a while. Okay. So we had over 7 times improvements. Oh, we'll call it 10 times because we were at 70 something and it's going up to 700. So I can probably keep going. Worst case scenario is I build out the whole world and then have to come back and chop it in different worlds, in which case I'll copy the grid object into those other worlds and then just slice off the pieces we don't need. That should work. Adding that lake was a good idea. Build up a lot of space on the map to make it look full without being stupid content. Like a just big white or a green field. Let's go extras and see if there's like a boat or something we can put in the water. I don't think there is anything nautical. No. Put the mine. Perhaps. Okay. So I think the next thing I want to do, let's pull Trello for a minute. Let's do that. Get it going on the screen here, and I'll pull it down where you can all see it. Okay, so this is kind of like my overview of the world. It's going to be the various colors. So we're working on towns. There'll be a forest area, plains, swampy area, maybe a desert, and then like a winter area, maybe a fall area. We've got different assets to do those types of looks, right? The winter area, I'm thinking more mountainous type. Be super cool if I could add like castle, right? Like this is where the king lives, kind of thing. We'll see about that though. We can do enemy AI, no doubt about that. Map layout, story, that's not on here, not for the streams. Set up enemy drops, currency, pushable objects, it's definitely something we can do. Lighting effects, so that will go down here with overlay effects as well. Want some rain, weather, snow, etc. Different types of puzzles. Add velocity to the object that's attacked on hurt. We've already done this. So on my ideas, adding a map to a dungeon kind of thing, right? That would probably be super useful. I have to figure out how to do that. And then different types of monsters that we might be able to add. Kind of brainstorming a lot with this right now. I think we need to set up the tiles for the dungeons. Let's try that. 128, 128. So it should just be as easy as bringing this up here. Create new tile map. Palette, sorry. Dungeon. And we'll put this under the same general area. Palettes. Dungeon. Select. I'll take the first one. Down through the last. Drag them right up into here. Spell it the same folder name. Import away. And we'll do the same for the other dungeon assets as well. So if you were paying attention to the town one, we had 3 different colors of buildings. There's also 3 different colors of these. We also can have the ability with these to use Photoshop and change the specific adjustment layers to get colors that we want. If we wanted a 3rd or 4th or 5th. So that'll be the purple one. Okay. Try and get them lined up at least. Scrolling back and forth through it a little easier if they are. Just notice there's weapons in here. Are those supposed to make look like they can go on walls or what? We'll check out the example level after we get this third one imported. Some decent spacing between them. Pallets. I find it's nice having the spacing between them like that. That way, if you know, create a rule tile on one of them, pop it off to the side, or I can put it in the rule tiles too. And there we go. Tint brush, fine brush. There, see if you can do a line brush. And then let's open up the example area after we save. That'll give us a feel for where these different objects are intended to be used for. Probably open. Okay, so here it is. The skull's intended to be up there. Where's that skull at, though? These, okay. It's got keyed doors. Buttons on the floor. Nice, 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 nice. Is that really all there is to it? Yeah. Didn't see any swords anywhere. Oh, there they are. So they are intended to be on the walls. It's not bad. Those, like, steps are almost ladders. They're so freaking steep looking. And they're across 3 blocks, so that means you can make them as wide as you'd like. Banners? Where are those at? They've got to go on walls too, right? Oh, I like the look of that. Like this void area that you'd fall into or whatever. Exactly what it is too. There's banners. Okay, yeah, there was. Yeah. Okay. I guess those imported. Excuse me. Sleep last night. So we've got dungeon, extras, grasslands, interiors, mine, snowland, towns. I think we've got them all imported. So let's mix it up a little bit here. We'll take a step back. This one, maybe? The Photoshop. Yeah. I'm gonna use this as a template, basically, to build my own tile set. Ooh. for another area that I want to do. Let's do a brand new file. First, select everything. Control Shift C. New. Size. Paste it all in. And most of this is going to get wiped out, right? That's no big deal. I'm focused on this color stuff right here. Specifically this tile. So if I got these grids up right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 32 each, so that's 128. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the area. If I do my marquee, come on. Be from that area. That area that I want to push, right? Just, yeah, I need to scroll in more. Perfect. Zoom even more then. Let's grab brush, color, and let's not use the pencil like I'm used to. Let's use the actual brush. Actually, want a hard brush? I think we do. Okay, copy that. New, instead of 30 or 128, needed double that, so 256. 56. That in there, move it around. Again. Again. It doesn't line up because I must have typed the number wrong. Ugh. Stop sometimes. What I'm trying to do is see how bad it looks. Oh. Which, kind of bad. Merge these layers. Let's get out of that tool, please. There we go. Try and fix it. So these are joining up. Funky. Yeah, I think that might be okay.
Shooting me with words, but I won't let them
So let's do.
Even though it hurts, I won't show it to you.
There we go. Didn't select the engine. Don't want it.
Cause it will ricochet. I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you
Grab that again. A new layer.
ricochet. It will come back to you.
That be 4 times. What am I doing? Grab this quadrant. Oh, I'm having a hard time seeing that for some reason. Where it's at. That's not the right size. Yeah, there's an extra rope. Ah ha ha! Yes, it is real. I'm back, baby. Dang it. Copy this. I was thinking of you last night, Esteban. You know why? My wife was looking at stuffed animals for her daughter on Amazon and we came across a stuffed chicken. Get out of here, Falcon. Nobody wants your mod powers. A plush stuffed chicken. How you guys doing? I haven't talked to anybody forever. You wouldn't believe how many stuffed chickens they had on there. We weren't even searching for stuffed chickens. Yeah, it's bacon stuff. Merge layers. This is gonna be awful. Beck is trying to draw something. What kind of ion stuff? What? There were no ions involved in the chickens. I guess, like, if I zoom out, get rid of the grid. Grid. It looks kind of... Big you person talk about Das Chicken. What? It's on Amazon. Kinda looks like sand, that's what I'm going for. I think there's almost too many of them. Do this, okay, grab that color. Flip it, grab that color. Flip it. They're just on Amazon. I don't have any more details. Not too extreme. Okay, let's turn the grid back on then. So I can see where the lines should be. Go. Marquee it. No, it's not a chicken. I said the wrong words to you, didn't I? You're gonna be all chickeny all the time. Shut up, Photoshop. I know what I'm doing. Hitting the wrong button. Yeah, that didn't line up at all, did it? How did I do it that good the first time and get it this bad this time? Delete. Let's just go back to the first one. It was closer. I just eyeballed it barely and it came out fairly decent. My personal skill at screwing it up, is that what you're saying? There's gotta be. What's that do? Nope. Photoshop by now has to have. Turn these into tileable texture, please. Right? Nope. Yes, that would make too much sense for someone that understands what they're doing. Come on. Negative. I'd put both of them. Oh, it's supposed to be sand. Sand. Sandman. Wait, what does flipping it do? I don't think I did anything that I wanted. Did it? Now who doesn't know what they're doing? What'd you have me do? I'm a little scared. Okay. Do this again, the way I was originally doing it. Let's just merge them all. I can draw on them. God! Frick. Wrong color. That's close, right? Wait. If I use my fancy blur tool. That doesn't do nothing. Come on, blur tool. Nope. Who smudged did to sing? That might be what I need to do. Draw straight lines across this. It smudges the crap out of them. Okay, so this one will line up with that one crappily. That one will line up with that one crappily. That one will line up with that one. Lines up with that one. This should line up with itself. What's that? Yeah. Just came back with back friend and they still haven't charged my credit card. I'd be worried. Oh no. How long ago? Like an hour? I'd be worried. Are you really worried if, like, you didn't have to pay for it? Okay, let's try this. Oh. Tolerance way down. Maybe you have morals, is that what you're saying? So let's select, modify, expand. We're going to expand the selection by 3 pixels. Okay? And now I'm going to take my tool like this, back over here. Okay. I'm going to grab that color. And I'm gonna do magic. Tolerance next to nothing, right? Please. Next to nothing. 4. Oh. No, crap. How'd you get over there? Oh, they just happened to touch there, really? Dang it. I need to deselect this part. Alt. Not you. Where's it touching now? Marquee. What in the world? Thank you. Get away from the edge I want to do, please. I'm giving it like a shadow effect. Or trying to. I'll just unselect that whole edge. Sand dunes. I'm making a desert tile. Make a deserty area. Kidding me. I grabbed the wrong color by doing that. Of course. That's I did. Sand? Is that baby words? Not baby words? Sand, you know, beach, desert, hot places. Dry? This is a tile for inside of the game. A 2D game. Ah, picking me, really. The game I am making. What other game would it be? I don't have a name yet, though. I don't know when you got here, so did you just start seeing me in Photoshop only, or did you see me over in Unity too? Yeah. Mike in a game. A racist Mexican gardener voice actor? Oh, okay. No, I don't. Not modern game. Or sounds of chickens? Okay. Why? Why? Come on. What if I do this tool? Alt. Oh, it's messing up the other edge. Stop messing my other edge up. Do regular marquee. Guess I don't need any of this selected anymore. Nope, not liking it. Can I even go back that far? Probably not. Dang it. It's gonna be a action adventure game. Yeah. You ever play games on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System? Super Nintendo. Romance? Not a romance. Think Legend of the Zelda: A Link to the Past. Let me go to one of the levels I made. One of the areas I made. Not the entire level. Good gasmen need romance? Spell check, my man! Like, here's gonna be a town in the game. houses. Farm. Like that. Go back all the way out. Over here's my starting area. Yeah, I knew what you meant. This is funny. So we've got a little enemy over here. We've got a sign that we can interact with. We've got this cave. If you walk into it, it loads another level. I'm just started on this. Started on a Sunday. Something like that. This app? This is Unity. How are you gonna help? Can you draw sand textures? Or at least tell me how Photoshop how to tile. Bitch. I just want to see it tiled so I can fix it. When you select the area you want to tile, press M to select. Okay. Define pattern. Name your. I'm a moron. I should have known this. I've done this before. Edit define pattern. Sand. And then let's just link that layer out and say, what's it called? Oh, gee, there we go. And we want a pattern. Change source from foreground to pattern. Boom. See? Boom. I'll work for a cookie, okay. I don't got any cookies, but okay. Guess I only need to make this look good, right? Okay. It's this part that's messed up. Really isn't that bad. Try it again. We'll see. Edit, define pattern, and 2 on G, sand 2 man, and it's still bad. Okay. Go the opposite direction with them. That should help. Edit, define, pattern, sand 3. Mode, select all, delete it. Sand 3, paint it in. The only thing I see wrong is right here. Try that one. E. Line pattern. That seems to look okay. We'll know better once we get it in game. No, I'm not in TeamSpeak, sir. But you can join me in Discord. Magic wand. No tolerance, please. What? Oh, wrong layer. Exactly. Okay, some tolerance. Now, if I invert it, select inverse, and paint on this layer that other color, trying to get added into this thing. Okay. Why I'm having so much trouble with this one. It's too long. Can't get a steady hand on it. Application format. What? You're in the wrong channel. Come down to me. What am I looking for? None of those. I'm looking for this stuff. Hello. Now you're muted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear yourself?
We can't hear myself.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, you mean when you talk? No, I can't hear myself.
Oh,
I won't use the...
awkward.
Wait, did you move yourself down here, or did someone else move you down here?
Someone else moved me down.
Ah. Thank you, Falcon. And yes, I know who you are, Falcon.
Thank you, Falcon. Wink, wink. I'll be quiet.
You're fine. Oh. What if I now contract by the set amount of pixels? Like 5 pixels. And then invert that selection too much though. What if I contract it by a smaller amount then? Okay, 3. That might work. Inverse, and now I paint it. Oh. But I paint it from
Where can
underneath.
In what channel can I put an application to try to get into this game for a creator? Not creator.
What?
Are you guys accepting any applications for graphic design for your game?
I had no plans on it, and here's why. What I've done so far in the game, like all this, I paid for those.
Say that again?
I paid for those.
You pay for that?
I didn't pay for this sand one, obviously. That's why I'm making it myself.
I can see
You see what?
nothing.
What you see? Okay, now how do I get rid of the parts that I don't want to see here? I got it. So I can take this, here, this color, get rid of this. Don't need the selections there still, dang it.
Okay, if you are looking for any help or assist with map creating and signing, let me know.
Okay.
I'll gladly help you. No cost, just emotional support when I get lonely. Might be required.
Oh, dang it, come on. So close to having this. Gotta work. And it's empty. There we go. I'll take that. Yes, I'm the one that needs emotional support right at the moment. Let's go ahead and fill those in. Oh, I'm just making this worse. I'm no. Not liking where it's going.
Ooh, Gouda cheese.
There we go. There's our sand texture. Let's save it. Getting too late. Yes, that's it. Yep. Sand. Tile. Wait, and what size is this? Image. Canvas size. Way too big. We need to shrink this down to 128. Canvas size.
You have any ideas for another map?
Yeah, I've got lots of ideas. That's the problem.
Can I get some?
Huh?
Can I get some?
They need to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I need dungeons, lots of dungeons, basically.
Dungeons? Is it the kinky kind or just the normal one?
What's
Those are
for a
rhetorical
game? Not that kind of game.
there be chickens in the dungeon?
I don't have a texture for a chicken, so no. Anything that needs to be in the game needs a picture to go with it.
How big should the dungeons be?
I don't know yet. It's so early. I don't have that level of detail yet.
How big should I make one?
I don't know. Like you can't
so I can have,
you
like,
can't
basic-
make it without knowing the tool, right? It won't do me any good at all. Like this isn't just a picture. This is in Unity set up so that it can draw it and it's on different layers, and those layers have collisions, bounding boxes around them, and stuff like that.
What is the name of this application so I can look it up and try see if I can figure it out myself?
Unity.
Unity. And any specifications on the applications I should look up to understand?
It's pretty in depth, man. It is programming. So learn programming. It'll only take a couple years to get what you need to know to do this. That's why I'm like, when you asked help, I don't know that you can. It's pretty. There's a lot to it.
Is there any what are those folks called? Unity for Dummies?
Maybe, but they would all be so old. It changes so much from just one version to the next. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and think what I'm doing wrong here at the same time. Does that look like sand? It needs to be tiling fairly decently, at least with these grid lines over the top of it. There, you fill it in here. Just learn Python and Pygames and beat tech to the market. Yeah, sure. You might actually be able to do this because I don't have a timeline in mind that is small in scale. I will be surprised if I am done with this by the end of the year. I will be shocked if I'm done with this by the end of the year. Shock it all! What I just painted on. Dang it. Crickets.
So for desert, is there like a collision box or anything like that, or is it just like a image and you're just copy and pasting it?
It's a tile map, and I'm painting it on the tile.
Okay.
And it's like it's an image, right?
It's like a what?
It's like it's an image being painted into these positions, basically.
Okay.
I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna go into my scene, which is main menu. Okay. And let's see. Pause it. I'm gonna drag my character somewhere near there because I don't want to walk that far.
Just learn Python and Agent and beat tech to market. Okay. Thank you, Falcon. I'll take a look at that.
Do you know who Falcon is?
What was that?
Do you know who Falcon is?
It's a little birdie that tells me some things.
If you look in Discord, top person in Discord right now. That's
No, that's a lie.
oh, I know that's Falcon. That's why Falcon's set up as a mod on my Twitch channel. You can ban you. It's so secretive. So does that look like sand at least, guys? got a little bit of a extra jag in there that I don't really like, but I can maybe fix that. Don't know where it's at in the texture, that's the problem. Probably that right there. Right? That's that.
How big is that square? Is that also Unity or is that Photoshop?
So this is Photoshop that I've got open right now with this circle where I'm editing the texture. Just takes the strength away from the stupid thing. Ah.
So, okay, the question was, would I be able to just get like Photoshop and do the designs for you and upload them for you? So you can be able to just copy and paste them?
They would have to fit the art style I'm going for, though. That's the thing. I don't know what kind of artist you are. Finger painting.
Say that one time?
I said I don't know what kind of artist you are if you can match that kind of art style. Like, I'm having trouble matching it.
I can try. What is it, like bubbly Japanese?
No, they're hand painted. What the person called it, top down, hand painted tile assets.
Oh, fancy. Let
So-
me try it. I'll do a rock.
So like,
Where?
think of this. Like the trees are okay like this because that's the only orientation they'll ever be in. But let me pull up the interiors. One is a house. I have a feeling you don't understand what you're getting yourself into.
I think I know, but I'm trying to bypass.
So here is the building, right? And there's a wall. Here's a different perspective on a wall. Here's a different perspective on a wall. Different perspective on the wall. You need 4 different ones, right? If when it's an interior like this. And this right here is a different texture, right? You need the wall with the beam in it. And here's a different texture. Oh crap, I moved it. There's a different texture. There's a window texture. There's a light shining on the floor texture. There's a wooden floor texture. There's a border around the wooden floor texture. Oh, and by the way, you need 4 of those because there's 1 for each side because it's not perfectly symmetrical.
What do you mean by texture?
Each one of those are different pictures.
Oh,
Here, let me go to the tile palette. Interior town. Here's what it is. So there's a texture. There's the same texture flipped that way. Here's the texture flipped that way. Here's the texture flipped that way. And you can't just say Photoshop rotate this because it won't look right. There's all the different combinations of orientations of things for the step, the railing, for all the different ways it needs to be able to connect to each other. That's all of this crazy stuff. That's just to make railing in there. Oops. I don't actually draw these things. So that's how I was able to do this with the railing bent that way, and that way. Same thing with this. This is a ton of texture. So there's a half piece there. There's a different half piece, a full piece there, which is this bottom one versus this top one. I imagine this person probably took a week to do this. Easily. Just to build this set of tiles. So is each tile subset a class that you can call your drawing? So I know what you're saying, Falcon, but Unity added tile maps, and this is a tile palette. So literally when I want to do a scene, like so this overworld one, when I want to add this desert, I go to my palette, I select the right palette, it's got the textures I want. So I made this desert one, right? And I click on that one, and then the brush, and then I can paint that one, right? You also have the ability to say, I want to fill this entire area. Or if I did like an outline, and did this, I can flood fill that, right? Oh god. It did everything. Oh, I know one. Different layer. Undo, undo, undo. Please undo. I've hit the button. Undo. It's like so laggy right now. There. No, stay undone. Oh, okay, I see what it's done. Let's just get rid of that.
How big are those tiles? One of those tiles in Photoshop.
128 by 128.
128 by 128. Okay.
Yeah. Right. And I'm gonna blow your mind even more here. Watch this. I've set up a rule tile for one of these already. This one. Come on, let me select just one tile. On this one, if I just click once, right, it does that, right? But if I click over here, it does that. If I put two side by side, it does that. If I start to get more in there, it recognizes that, hey, I'm drawing a road tile, which if it's by itself is just a solid road. But if it's bordered by another road tile, then those two road tiles together should change and create create a grass texture on the outside, because I've been building this road over the grass textures, right? So, and it's picking which tile it needs, basically from, what is it? Overworld. Down here. This collection of tiles, right? And you'll notice that it's not just picking this bottom grass texture, it's also picking randomly different types of side textures, right? So there's this top or this bottom texture of grass, this bottom texture of grass, and this bottom texture of grass to give it different variety. And it's chosen randomly that it wants that one there. So that rule tile, they're called, is set up over in Unity. Come on, let me get to the right thing. Over here. Palettes, overworld, rule tiles. This. So I literally just went in and said, I've got so many different types of textures I want to set up as part of the same texture. And if it's the same on all 8 sides, it's going to be this one. If it's the same as to the bottom and to the right, it's going to be this corner piece. It's going to be the same on those 3 spots. It'll be that edge piece, right? And then on these ones where you see these long list of other texture names here, those are the ones where it will randomly pick from a list, in this case, of 20 of them. And the majority of them are this standard non-bumpy version of that tile, right? And then there's 2 of them in here that I just put in randomly to be the variations of that, so that the vast majority of them are nice and smooth, but every once in a while you get a random one. And I've done that for all of these, and it makes it super quick. Like if I need to draw a road, I literally can just go like this, and that road's there, right? Nothing to it, and it gives it nice variations, so it's not a bland blob, right? The problem with this, it takes a while to set this up. So if you don't plan on building a lot of roads, then it's gonna suck. No. I mean, you can make textures in Paint, but it's way better to have a Photoshop file and all this, because I can take the layers. So let me show you something else about these assets I've got. See if I can find one of them. Okay, so not that one. Nope. I don't know if I got it open. Let me grab it. So if I go to the dungeon tile set, I think it is, the Photoshop file for the dungeon, he set them up with adjustment layers in there, so that if I were to select, say, this one, and you see where it's white over here, so like this area, it's going to adjust the color in that area. So I can make multiple variations of dungeons color schemes Just by going in here and making some slider adjustments, right?
Ooh.
I can make an all white wall one if I wanted to. As an example.
No, it's pretty cool.
And then, you know, he's got it set up so like this green rug or whatever changes on a different slider, so if you wanted it to be a different color. So things like that make it way more powerful to have it in Photoshop, because I can make an infinite amount just based on different colors, right, of textures from this without really having to know how to draw things. Which is perfect for me. I just want to grab that and pull it down a little bit without impacting how it looks too much. Like making it faded.
What do I if I make my own version of Zen and send it to you?
Sure.
Kind of bored.
Board. Yeah. But that should allow Unity to re-import that, I would hope. Same time. Come on, why aren't you updating? Oh, you did already. So fast I didn't even see it. Now it just looks like it's smudged. Ugh. What if I did to the whole thing? Alright, and then what you probably can't see is this part's blurry and this part's not. I don't know if it's coming across in the stream. If I can get it uniform, blurry. Slowly going there. I mean, to me that looks like sand. You have to get in this close to see it's even blurry. This won't happen. Let's save this then. Let's go to the main menu because I've got it set up so that you have to start from the main menu. Play. Start. Okay. Let's take our character. I just want to get the perspective of having him in position from the game camera in full screen mode. I think it looks like sand.
Yeah, it looks a bit better. A lot better.
Okay. That's gonna have to be it for me tonight. I did not intend to go for another hour after what I wanted, but I did. So, hi everybody. Let's see if there's anybody on that I can raid, because I keep telling people I'm going to do that and I keep forgetting. Nope. There is one guy that raided me the other night though, so we should do that. Raid! Bye everybody!
Right? Have a good night.
Good night.
Don't eat too much Taco Bell. It'll give you diarrhea.